Good morning. Oh my gosh. I miss long hair, but my hair has to be longer. I did my own quick weave and I look like Ace Ventura. These bundles are thin as hell. I'm so mad. Honestly, it's pack hair, but it's supposed to be good pack hair. Because normally for a quick weave, I'll get me something for like $30. Because I'm going to blend it anyway. Anyway, what was I want to say? So this morning, I asked my man, I was like, babe, what are you grateful for? You know, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. And kind of chit-chatted about that for a second. You know, no deep, extravagant answers. Just writing down some things. And I was thinking about it, like, after he left for work. I'm like, dang, what am I grateful for this year? And it's the same stuff, very basic stuff. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for, you know, my family. I'm grateful for genuine friendships, to be employed. You know, things could be a whole lot worse, and they're not. And I was thinking how less than 2 years ago, I had turned 38. About to be 40, y'all. Less than 2 years ago, I turned 48. And I remember I was literally in the beginning of this internal shift that was happening. And I mean, there were like a lot of outside circumstances too, but internally, the outside circumstances weren't any different. They were something that was always going on. But inside of me, I felt like I was getting to like a breaking point. It's so odd. And I'll never forget the day. I'm not going to be too specific because I don't know. But I remember the day or the evening where it happened. And I said, after today, nothing is going to be the same because I'm not dealing with this shit no more. I'm not putting up with this anymore. Even when it came to me, I'm like, all right, Crystal, you're not doing this anymore. So you got to step up, but you're damn sure not dealing with this shit no more. Like, I had really made it up in my mind that I was going to take a different path, that I didn't want to go into 40. Because, you know, turning 38, I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, I had just turned 38. Like, just turned 38. Damn, my glasses crooked. And I remember thinking like, dang, nothing is where I wanted to be. I would have never thought I'd be right here in life. I never would have thought that just all of the goals that I had, or, you know, you have a certain, maybe that's better. You know, you have like a certain plan for your life. I'm like, dang, nothing, absolutely nothing is as I planned it. Nothing at all. Nothing is how I dreamed, what I planned for. But I was happy. I was happy turning 38. But I just knew that there was just some shit I just was never dealing with again. And it was sad because I was literally standing there and I was telling myself, I will never, after tonight, nothing is going to be the same. I'm never going to speak to this person again. I'm not allowing certain shit to happen. And so then from there, it was just like I started changing, and the only thing that changed, no bullshit, the only thing that changed was that I stood on business when it came to me. Niggas was not playing with me no more. I was not even putting up with my own shit anymore, even though that, you know, old habits die hard. But I just knew I'm not putting up with anything anymore. Like, there was a shift happening, and it was like a no turning back point. What do they call that? It was just like no turning back. So from there, it was just like a series of events where I had to like go through like a shadow period. And I think that honestly, I just say that it's easier to say right now because it's a popular term. I think everybody goes through that. Everybody will go through that. And some of us will go through it a couple times in our lives, which if you look at it, is a blessing. Because if you have the opportunity to like constantly be in a state of intentionally evolving, and righting your wrongs, or just cutting out what does not allow you to grow, even if it's within your own household. And when I say your household, I mean just you as a person, not just like your house, but taking responsibility and accountability for your actions and just being better. That's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to make those changes, right? Because that's proof that you're constantly growing, which is beautiful. Like, if you live in, like, you want to be constantly learning and growing. But everybody is going to go through that. And so for me, I went through like this shadow period where everything literally felt dark. Every day felt weird. Every day I saw, the dynamics of pretty much every relationship that I had changing and shifting. How I handled myself. I mean, even how I was or in with my mom. Like, it wasn't just one group of people or one person in particular. It was just like everything was shifting because I was shifting. And then also in a good way, when it came to me, like even standing on my health, which I have to get back to, but working out every single day. Like, yo, I was walking like 5 miles a day, drinking water, there was nothing else in the world. And even though it's like, that's not hell extravagant, but removing like toxicity in and from around my life, and focusing on me. And I really had to emphasize even my own shit, because one thing that I notice is that when people talk about healing, they highlight the fact that, I had to get rid of people. I had to walk away from all these toxic relationships and all these places I was going to. Like, all right, yeah, cool. A lot of us have to do that. But if you really on a journey, you know that the first toxic shit you cut is yourself and your own bullshit. Like, you really look in the mirror like, all right, I'll speak for myself, right? Where I had to look in the mirror like, all right, Crystal, like, yeah, you're a wonderful person, but you need to grow the fuck up. Like, emotionally, like, you're completely irrational. You're all over the place. You're irresponsible here. You have to do better here. Like, when the healing is real, it starts at home first and then it trickles down. There are sometimes you have to immediately remove yourself for the sake of survival. But a lot of the times, like, people will tell you that because it really starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you're not the problem, if you are in a situation where you're allowing yourself to get treated a certain type of way, you have to cut your own shit and boss up and stop pussyfooting around a problem and get on the right track, right? So, yeah, like it really started with me, and then it kind of trickled out. But I felt like this morning, when I was thinking about what am I grateful for, nothing went as planned. And I'm grateful for that, because where my life is right now, November 27th, 2024, there's absolutely no way, with everything that I have, the connections I have, where I am in life, where my mind is at, where my heart is at, what I'm going for, what I'm not going for, my habits now could not have withstood anything that I was doing 2 years ago and earlier. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was even telling my man that, even a relationship, he would have been around like, who the fuck is this? Like, what? Nothing would have withstood. I wouldn't even have been able to survive in that state of Crystal. Cause I would have been like, what is happening? What is happening? And I would have been a bitch. Like, niggas think I was a bitch before. I would have been a bitch, like a real bitch. So I'm happy that things didn't work out, because it allowed for God's plan to like really come into fruition. And there are definitely things that, I'm working on and growing through, because a lifetime of habits is not going to change in a year or 2 years, but it's changing, and I'm better every single day. I'm better every single day. And grateful for that. I'm grateful, because had it had been by my hand, I would have fumbled it and it would have shattered. And in some things, there would have been absolutely no recovery. And my relationship with myself is the absolute most important above everything. People pleasing is a thing of the past. allowing disrespect or just allowing myself to go unseen or feeling like a third wheel or a fourth wheel or a fifth wheel where I should feel a part of something is a thing in the past. Um, you know, given my time where I just kind of feel like I could be doing something more is a thing in the past. And then also too, not handling people the way that they should be handled. And I mean, in a good way, not in a bop, bop, bop. But that's a thing in the past too. That's a thing in the past too. I'm very grateful. I would change absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Maybe like lessen my alcohol intake and less fried foods, but other than that, absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. So that was very long-winded, but this year I'm thankful for standing on business when it came to me. When it came to me. Because I never wanted to be that woman going into her 40s that still had a lot of emotional damage to where I couldn't even hold a conversation with somebody without breaking down or bringing up, some traumatic experience I had that brought me to that particular place, or unhealthy relationships with men, or even toxic ass friendships where all niggas do is sit around and gossip and talk about each other. It's a very popular meme now going around saying somebody else's pain is not tea for me. Been that. Pray for shorty and keep it moving. Like, honestly, I don't know. But yeah, stand on business about you. When you stand on business about you first, everything has to fall in alignment. You don't even really got to do too much. You don't even got to do too much. I think I said this in one of my blogs. If you follow crystalsareforever.com, that when you are in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing and where you are, the trash will take itself to the curb. You don't even got to lift a finger. You don't have to have no devastating talk with somebody. You see how thin these bundles are, y'all? Oof. You don't have to have a devastating talk with somebody. It doesn't have to be drama. It doesn't have to be some dramatic scene where you're stomping out of something or wiping your whole social media, which that can actually be very helpful. But wiping your whole social media, it can be very graceful, very silent, very low key, very demure. Doesn't got to be nothing crazy. Nothing at all. But stand on business about you. When you're in alignment with who you're supposed to be and with God, first and foremost, everything else is going to fall in or out of place.